Ladies and gentlemen, as you roll into the stream, please do let me know again as we roll into this stream here. Let me know when you are here. We will need people to be active in chat as our fan judges. So if you are here, let me know in chat, and we could get things begun here. Again, just let me know in chat when you are here, and we'll get things started. Again, let me know in chat when you guys are rolling in. We will need someone to be actively on stream to be a fan judge tonight. All night long, we're going to need somebody that will be fan judging for us in order to get this show underway. Again, let me know in chat if anybody's rolling up. We will need people to fan judge tonight's show. So if you come by, let me know in chat so we can get things started. Ladies and gentlemen, do let me know as you roll into the stream here. Anybody rolling in, let me know so we can get things started. We will need people to be in the stream to fan judge each performance as we go on with the series. So do let me know as you guys roll in so you can fan judge tonight. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have our very first appearance here in chat. So we're going to get the event underway. Keep in mind, this event is fully going to be fan judged by you, the fans. Scores are going to be entered by you, the fans, scored 1 through 10. There will be 2 competitions, both best trick and freestyle, and the orders will be determined based on drivers' placements in the current overall standings. And here are your current overall standings for the series. Right now in first place we have Armando Castro. Then moving down the line we have Tom Mentz, David Olfert, Ryan Anderson, Bryce Kenny, Ryan Disharoon, John Gordon, Chris Kohler, Camden Murphy, Cole Vennard, Jim Kohler, Zach Garner, Adam Anderson, Colt Stevens, Corey Rummel, and Bari Musauer. Now, each competitor will be going in the reverse order of what I just said. So we will start with Bari, then go Corey, and move our way up the list for each competition so that the current points leader, Armando Castro, will be going last in both competitions. Points for the event will be tallied up after the event to determine who your overall winner is and who your new series leader is if it is not still Armando. And it is time to get going. My bad. Alright, I fixed it. Here we go. Who's ready for some BeamNG action? I know I am. It's time to get things started tonight, and we are starting off here with Bari Musauer in the Zombie. Keep in mind, this is only the second event of the entire series. There are still many more events to come. And because it's only the second weekend and we are doing Tacoma, but it is still the full lineup. It is still all the same drivers that you would expect to see. And the big stadium lineup ready to rock and roll here. And the best trick competition and the freestyle competition. Up first, Bari Musauer, Zombie. Let's see those zombie arms in the air as your first competitor gets ready to go here. Oh, look at that sky wheelie action. Oh, no. Bari Musauer faces the same fate that Colt Stevens did just last week in Oakland. We can see he went a little too hard on the sky wheelie, and both of those rear sway bars are knocked clean out of place. Man, you know, that was the best wheelie you could ask for too, but when you got a landing like that and everything gets knocked out of place, you're just done for the night. And it's a shame, but that's how things go here with Monster Jam. Get those scores locked in for Bari Musauer tonight. Keep in mind, currently in points, he has 2 points overall. Get the scores locked in tonight. Now, last weekend, Bari broke in skills and could not make it back out for freestyle. We're going to hope that he does not have that same situation here tonight, already breaking so soon. You know the crew will be working hard to get that truck back into performance. The scores are locked in for Bari Musauer and the Zombie. It is a 6.119. Again, Bari Musauer, 6.119 in the skills challenge. Coming up next in skills, He's no stranger to putting down some good skills runs. Master of the moonwalk. This is Corey Rummel in the Megalodon. Looks like he's looking for the first hit here tonight. Lining up on the back side of the racing lane, it looks like. Yes, he is. Trying to get that angle he's looking for. He is onto the front end perfectly, and he is showing us why he is so good at this skills challenge. Like I said, Master of the Moonwalks, he is showing these fans what he does best here. Oh, wait! What a combo for Corey Rummel in the Megalodon. He brought the moonwalk all the way back, bounced off of the front end onto the rear end and into a wheelie that he then carried into a sky wheelie that turned into another slap wheelie. That is absolutely incredible work for Corey Rummel. That is a great way for him to kick off his night here tonight with Monster Jam. Again, second event of the series. Corey Rummel is currently in second to last place. You know he's looking to change that here tonight. And he is going to do anything that he can to get back into the points race. Not too sure what he's lining up for right here. Maybe a bicycle attempt. Revving it up. Here we go. Sounds like he was stuck in first gear a lot of the time. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not, but he just couldn't get the traction he was looking for. Hey, he still had a great first hit, though. So that's got to be worth some points. Get those scores locked in for Corey Rummel and the Megalodon here tonight. Again, scoring is now open. Scores 1 through 10. Corey Rummel, Megalodon. Get those scores in. The scores are locked for Corey Rummel and the Megalodon. It's a massive score of a 9.310. That is the biggest score we've had from either competition all series long, and it is bigger than his entire score combined from the last event. Absolutely incredible work for Corey Rummel and the Megalodon. Coming up next, the third driver here in the competition is Colt Stevens and Thunderoris. Last weekend, he did not get the skills run he was looking for as he went home with a 0 in the skills challenge. Got a solid freestyle with an 8.5, but getting a 0 in the skills challenge really put him down in the scores. He's looking to make up for those errors here tonight, driving the Apex Predator Thunderoris. Taking a different approach this time. Last weekend we saw him start with a sky wheelie. It didn't go exactly as planned, and it looks like making up for that. He's going to be starting with a stoppie attempt, I think, tonight. He is. That was a very interesting first hit. You know, he was keeping it on those front two BKT tires for a while. Until he eventually set it down. Almost got a little bit of a combo out of it as well. And a little save even. Not to count that out. Oh. He has lost the hood of that Monster Jam truck. Oh, here's something we don't see from Colt Stevens every day. He's lining up for a bicycle attempt, I think. We'll see what he's got going here. Whoa! And he saves it! He was just flying around on those side two BKT tires. I thought he was done, but he ended up just going flying through the air and pulling off this save. Incredibly done for the Thunder Roars. A great first hit, an even better second hit. Get those scores locked in. Keep in mind right now, score to beat is a 9.310 for Corey Rummel and the Megalon. Get the scores in for Colt Stevens and Thunder Roars, with possibly the best save of the series so far. Again, scoring is now open. Score to beat 9.310. Get the scores in for Colt Stevens and the Thunder Roars. Again, score to beat 9.310. The scores are now locked. For the Thunder Roars, Colt Stevens is going to be going home with a 7.5 in the skills challenge here tonight. Again, a 7.5. Surprisingly, not enough for the lead, but still enough to definitely add to his series standings. He's going to need every point he can get if he wants to get back into the points race. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next here in the Skills Challenge, you'd probably be surprised to hear it, but he is in 4th to last place in the series standings. All the way back in, I believe, 13th place. You would never expect to see this name there, but Adam Anderson in Gravedigger has a lot to make up for after the last event, and I'm sure he is ready to do that here tonight. He rolled over very early in freestyle and just wasn't able to impress the fans in skills. He's going to have to make up for both of those errors here tonight. Not too sure what he's planning on here. We'll have to wait and see. It's like, if anything, he's just going to line up for a crossover jump. It's like he's getting it readjusted a little bit. Oh! Oh, he's gonna keep it going! What a great first hit for Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. I have never seen anyone do a move like that before. I thought he was done over on the far end. He just comboed it up into another slap wheelie. Not even a slap wheelie, more of like a power wheelie of sorts. Classic Anderson maneuver. See what he's lining up for this next hit. Looks like he's going to be going for a bicycle attempt. Oh! Adam Anderson in the Gravedigger goes over with the save on one tire. That might have been even better than Colt's save, to be honest. He went from one side to the other. I thought he was done, but he saves it. A picture-perfect save for the Gravedigger Classic. Gravedigger action. And you know what? That truck minus some body panels is all in one piece. I'm sure that thing will be looking perfect when it's time to come back into freestyle. Adam Anderson and Gravedigger getting things done here tonight. Get those scores locked in. Score to beat 9.310 for Corey Rummel in the Megalodon. The scores are locked in. It is an 8.5 tonight for Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Not quite enough for the lead, but it is enough to give him second place, and it is a great score to be going home with tonight. You cannot complain about that. Adam Anderson, 8.5. Monster Jam fans, coming up next, a driver who did not get the score he was looking for last week in the Skills Challenge. It's Zach Garner in the Wild Side. Last week, he had, honestly, one of the best runs of the night, but he would only end up going home with a score of a 2.5. He is not wanting to have a repeat of that here tonight in the Wild Side. Here he goes. He is on the side of the pod. Maybe going for a sky wheelie attempt here. Nope, he's going to prop it up. I think we're seeing a classic attempt here from Zach Garner for the moonwalk, maybe. You're going to try to get another one out of this all, though. Oh, he's keeping a combo going. What a first hit, man. I thought it was hopeless after he set it back down after that little save, but he actually made the most of it and comboed it up into something. Where is he headed here? What a great second hit for Zach Garner as well. Rides it on the bicycle and gets a wheelie at the end. Two great hits. Honestly, no real complaints there for Zach Garner in the Wild Side. Get those scores locked in. I'm expecting to see some good scores here after that incredible skills run. Get those scores locked in. Again, score to beat is a 9.310 Corey Rummel Megalodon. Get those scores locked in for the Wild Side. Score to beat 9.310. The scores are now locked for Zach Garner in the Wild Side. He will be going home with a 9 tonight. Although it's not enough for the lead, it is still an absolutely massive score, and it's going to be a great number to tag along with his freestyle win that he got just last week. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next here in the Skills Challenge behind the wheel of Avenger, this is Jim Kohler standing just above Zach Garner in the current point standings. Although he didn't do anything incredible last week, he had more consistency than the drivers below him did, and that was enough to get him a pretty secure place right now. Looks like he is getting lined up for something here on the pod. Oh! Drives it all the way over until almost hitting the wall. A great first hit there for Jim Kohler in the Avenger. Wasn't the most notable thing ever. He set it down pretty quick, but he can get a good second hit to go along with it. We might see some scores that Jim Kohler can be happy with here. Not too sure what he's lining up for right now. Oh! And that's gonna do it for Jim Kohler in the Avenger Fire. I mean, not the worst attempts I've ever seen, but nothing to really note about them. Get those scores in, score to beat 9.310 for Corey Rummel, but Jim Kohler and Avenger, I mean, he did decent. Not sure if it's enough to beat the score of a 9.310. Get those scores locked in for the Avenger Fire. Again, the score to beat 9.310. Scores are now locked in. For Jim Kohler, the Avenger, it's actually a really solid score. He's going home with a score of an 8 tonight. Much bigger than any score he got last week. And it's definitely going to bring him up in points a little bit. Not enough for the lead, but hey, great score. Coming up next, it's time for Cole Vennard and the Black Pearl. Looks like he's lining up for something here on the backside of the racing lane. Might be a classic move here from Cole Vennard. Let's see what he's going to do here. Look at that wheelie. He is perfectly riding it. He's going to slap it as well. He almost crashed into the barrier. He's actually really lucky. He ended up just to the side of it because he almost hit it, and that would have been the end of him here tonight. But he was able to get that saved, luckily enough. Not too sure what exactly he's lining up for here. Looks like he's trying to find a new spot here on the track. Going to the other racing lane now. Maybe? Yep, that is exactly where he's going, I think. Oh, that was a very odd way to do a bicycle. Typically, we'll see drivers kind of lay off the momentum a little bit, give it some balance. I mean, Cole Vennard really just went balls to the wall with it. Hammered down the throttle, and I mean, he got some good distance, so I mean, maybe that's what he was looking for. I'm not too sure. Score to beat right now is a 9.310 for Corey Rummel and the Megalodon. Get those scores locked in tonight for Cole Vennard and the Black Pearl. 2 solid hits. Get those scores locked in. The scores are in for Cole Vennard. He is going home with a 7. Not a massive score, but you know what? I think it's pretty respectable. Coming up next, probably yet another driver you would not expect to see this early on in competition. This time we have Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid. Just had some tough luck last week that he had a couple rollovers out of his control that cost him a lot of points. And he's in the bottom half of competition, so he's gonna have to kind of try and make up for that here tonight if he wants to get back in the points race. It's like he might be lining up for a stoppie attempt. Oh, he did not get what he was looking for right there at all. Wait, he might be getting it back, though. Oh, well, look at that recovery. He almost just lost an attempt after kind of failing to get the start he was looking for. But he's able to ride it. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I think he got a little carried away, guys. That was... Oh. And it was going so well, too. That was all just one attempt. He comboed it into everything he could have. But he just got a little too carried away and ends up on the lid. He bit off more than he could chew, and sometimes that's just how it's gonna end up here in such a competitive sport. Get those scores locked in for Camden Murphy. Rolled over in attempt 1, didn't even get a second attempt in. Keep both of those things in mind when putting in your scores here for the Bakugan Dragonoid. Couldn't make a second hit. Didn't do very shouldn't say didn't do very good, but didn't end up on the lid on the first hit. But you know what? It was pretty action-packed. So get those scores locked in for the Bakugan Dragonoid. Again, scoring is now open. It will be locked any second now. Get those scores locked in for the Bakugan Dragonoid. Keep in mind, by the rules of this tour, if no scores get locked, he will be going home with a 0, and nobody wants to go home with a 0. So get those scores locked in. Otherwise, Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid will not be going home with a score tonight. Keep in mind, he was not able to get that second hit in. Scoring is locking any second now. If no scores are locked, he will not be going home with a score. Hold on. Alright. Scores are locked for Camden Murphy. Bakugan Dragonoid, he has an 8.5 here tonight. Not enough for the lead, but you know what? It's a pretty big score. And that was a pretty cool move, although he didn't get a second hit in. 8.5, it's a score to be happy with. And he should be grateful that he even got a score here tonight. Coming up next, it's time for Chris Kohler in the Monster Mutt. Wow, he is coming onto the track with a lot of speed. Now keep in mind, as a recap from last week's Skills Challenge for Chris Kohler, he had an incredible save, but it did not give him the score he needed. I don't even think he ended in the top half of competition, surprisingly. So far in competition, we've seen a couple good moves, some good moonwalks, some good combos, and a couple amazing saves, but so far no one's been able to take the lead from Corey Rummel. Chris Kohler and Monster Jam, he's gonna try tonight. Oh no! Oh no! There were so many moments during that run that I thought he was gonna save it. That he almost did get back on all fours if he didn't gas it right there. Upon coming back onto the landing, he tried to keep it on the sidewalls and get the save in the end. Unfortunately, he could not pull it out, and the Monster Mutt is done tonight. He does not successfully hit that first attempt. He does not end up on all fours, and he does not get a second attempt. Get those scores locked in. Score to beat 9.301. No, sorry, 9.310. Corey Rummel Megalodon. Get the scores in. Chris Kohler, Monster Mutt. You see, he shed a lot of that body off in that crash. Gonna have to get that put back together before freestyle here tonight. Scores are locked in. It is a 7.913 for Chris Kohler Monster Mutt. Not a very big score. Not terrible, but you know he was looking for something bigger. But you know what? Only doing one attempt and not even getting it successfully, it's not going to be the best look for you. Coming up next here in the Skills Challenge. Didn't have any super big highlights from last weekend, but you know what? He did end up pretty good in the point standings. It's John Gordon, Bad Company. Skills is not particularly something he's known for. It's some pretty on and off luck when it comes to his skills runs. We might be seeing something similar to that here tonight. We'll have to see what he can get done. Oh, he's got the wheelie pops up though. Oh no. Man, when I said skills isn't something he's known for, I was at least hoping he'd do better than that, but tough draw there for John Gordon, Bad Company. He's getting ready for the second attempt, though. Hopefully he can put together something better here. Oh, no! He attempts the bicycle, but it's only enough to leave him on the lid of the truck. You know that is not what he was looking for. You know, get those scores locked in for the Bad Company, but he is done here tonight. John Gordon, not quite what he was looking for. Get those scores locked in. Score to beat 9.310. Corey Rummel, Megalodon. Oh! Big issues for John Gordon. Wow. I've never seen a monster truck do that before. Your scores are locked. It is a 7.980 for John Gordon, Bad Company. Coming up next, it's time. Here comes the boom, Ryan Disharoon, Shaker. Oh man, he almost just rolled over coming out onto the track. That would have been pretty embarrassing, to be honest. He's on to the front end. Here we go. The fans love to see this move. A great first hit attempt for Ryan Disharoon in the shaker. He was able to keep it alive for a solid while and almost got it into a wheelie as well. That was absolutely awesome. And you know what? He's still got another hit to follow it up. Oh! He almost was able to give it a little bit of a combo, but he didn't get the grip on it. That does it for Ryan Disharoon in the shaker. Maybe not the most incredible thing we've seen all night, but you know what? He was able to deliver, especially with that first hit. So get those scores locked in. Score to beat 9.310, Corey Rummel Megalon. Get those scores locked in. Let's tally up the points here. Find out what score Ryan Disharoon is going home with. Ryan Disharoon will be going home with an 8.636 here tonight in the Skills Challenge. 8.636 for the shaker. Not enough for the lead, but compared to some of the scores we've seen tonight, that is massive. So that's actually really good news for Ryan Disharoon in the shaker, trying to keep it in the upper half of the points. Coming up next, a calling for a warrior. This is Bryce Kenny, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Getting the fans ready here as he prepares for this first hit. Oh, look at that, look at that. He's able to grab it a little bit. What a move for Bryce Kenny and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. And he still has another hit left to go here tonight. Looks like he's lining it up on the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. Oh, we saw this move from him attempted last week. I think he's going to be going for maybe like a maximum moonwalk here. Oh, look at that balance. That's what I'm talking about. Keep walking it. And what a good attempt from Bryce Kenny and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Living on those front two BKT tires in that maximum moonwalk attempt. Get those scores locked in here tonight. for the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Score to beat 9.310 for Corey Rumble Megalodon. See if that is enough to beat that score. Bryce Kenny for Clips Mohawk Warrior. The scores are all tallied up. Bryce Kenny is going home with an 8.834 here in skills. Again, an 8.834 for Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Still not enough to take the lead from Corey Rumble Megalodon. Coming up next, how about four-time World Finals champion, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Ryan Anderson and the son of a digger. Here he goes, getting ready to get things started here tonight in the skills challenge. Looks like he is also lining up for something here on the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp, just like Bryce Kenny did just a second ago. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought he was done for a second, but he was able to pop it back up. That's a recovery I don't know if I've ever seen here at the Monster Jam Skills Challenge. But you know what? Ryan Anderson's gonna make it work. He will always find a way to make things work here in Monster Jam, as he is lifting it up on those front two BKT tires, keeping that balance going, as he moonwalks it across the floor. And he sets it back down. What a great first hit for Ryan Anderson in the son of a digger. Here we go. He's going to be getting this ready for the second hit here tonight. Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Looks like he might be lining up for a staple move. We'll have to wait and see. Oh! Ryan Anderson and the son of a digger, man. He had just started that bicycle attempt. He was just getting onto the sidewalls, and instantly he got thrown into that save attempt. Unfortunately, he could not pull it off, and he ends up on the lid. Not quite what Ryan Anderson and the son of a digger wanted tonight. You know what, though? He still did pretty solid, and he had that great first attempt. Keep in mind that second attempt was not successful. Do not judge purely based off of one attempt. Keep both attempts in mind. He was not successful on that second hit. Keep that in mind when creating your scores here tonight. The scores for Son of a Digger are in. We are going to tally up all the points that are coming in. It is an 8.267. 8.267. Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. I think those scores are perfectly fair considering that failed second attempt. Remember, all the scores are in the power of you fans. Coming up next in the skills challenge, it's David Olfert in the Velociraptor. He is currently in 3rd place in the overall point standings. He has a lot to live up to here in the best trick competition. Let's see if he can do that. I'm not too sure what exactly he's going for here. Donut attempt here for the Velociraptor. And a pretty solid-ish donut for Too Tall David Olfert in the Velociraptor. He got hiked up a little bit early. Almost rode it on a bit of a bicycle. Got a little bit of a save out of that. I'm not too sure if those scores are going to bode well or not, though. Remember, all the scores are in your hands, though, so whatever you think that was worth, get those scores in. And we'll see what that donut attempt was worth for David Olfert in the Velociraptor. Again, get those scores locked in. Just a few seconds left. That scoring will be open. The scores are locked for David Olfert. It is a 6.57. Sorry, 6.457. 6.457 for David Olfert and the Velociraptor. Not a massive score. I'm sure he would have liked to get a little bit more, but you gotta stay on the top of the game. And honestly, I'm not too sure that donuts are quite what the fans are looking for here in Monster Jam. Monster Jam fans, coming up next, he's running his last season in Monster Jam history, his last time he'll ever be competing in Monster Jam. He's gonna make things count here tonight. Running that special Nitro paint scheme from the Superstar Challenge last year, it's Tom Mentz. Max D, he currently holds 2nd place in the overall standings. He's got a lot to live up for here. He has a lot to, I guess, live up to, I should say. And he's also on his last season. His last season, he's currently 2nd in points. There's a lot for him to have to consider here going into scoring. And going into the skills. He wants to get some good scoring. Here we go. Oh, what is he going for? Oh! Oh, he almost had that save. Man, I gotta be honest. When he first got on to that sidewall, I thought he had that save, but it just kept getting worse and worse as time went on for Tom Mentz. If he pulled off that save, I think he could have had a chance at the win here tonight, but unfortunately, the truck was just not having any of that, and he ends up on the lid, not able to get a second hit in, and I'm not sure he's still going to end up in second place in the series standings tonight after that failed attempt. Not even getting a second hit in, never going to end well here in the skills challenge. Those scores are locked in for comments. Max D. I have no clue what just happened here for Tom Mentz. He's refired, gonna take that back into the pits. And we're gonna review the scores. He did not get a second attempt in, and that first attempt was not successful. And I think the scores are going to be reflecting that. Taking a look at the scores for Tom Mentz and the Max D. We're gonna get those scores added up. And the score for Tom Mentz and the Max D is a 6.242. Only a 6.242 tonight. Not quite what he was looking for at all, and it ends up pretty rough. 6.242, Tom Mentz, Max D. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the last competitor in the best trick competition. He is your current series points leader, currently having 15.6 points total. In the El Toro Loco, this is Armando Castro. He has a lot to live up to tonight, a lot to prove and a lot to have to back up. I'm sure he's ready to go with that here. Let's see where he's going to be taking this for the first hit. Oh no! Oh! What a save for Armando Castro in the El Toro Loco. That truck has been shut off. We're going to see if he can get that refired here tonight, though. Personally, I think that should absolutely be refired. That truck is still all together, and that save was awesome. And he is, in fact, refired. Armando Castro in the El Toro Loco. He is back into the action here tonight to go in for a second attempt. You know Corey Rummel is scared right now because I think he's about to be taken out of the lead here by Armando Castro in the El Toro Loco. He's getting things ready here for the second hit attempt of the night. And I think after that first hit, I mean, he's got to be ready to go here. Because if he does good on this second hit, we might be looking at another big score for Armando Castro in the El Toro Loco. And this is exactly what he needs to do. He is perfectly balanced here tonight. Oh! He almost drives straight into the pit crew. They're going to shut that off again for obvious reasons. But that was almost a flawless moonwalk. And that little save at the end really brought it all together. That might have been the best skills run we've seen all season long so far. That was absolutely incredible. Get those scores locked in for Armando Castro and El Toro Loco. There was nothing missing. he had combos, he had saves, and neither of those attempts really were cut off short. That was a flawless skills run here tonight for the El Toro Loco. Get those scores in. We'll see if it's enough to take the lead away from Corey Rummel in the Megalodon. Scores are locked for Armando Castro and the El Toro Loco. Getting that total score. Armando Castro, El Toro Loco, going home with a 9.988 in the skills challenge tonight. That is almost the biggest score you can get here in Monster Jam. That is an absolutely massive score for the El Toro Loco. That is exactly what Armando Castro is looking for here tonight. And with those scores in mind, that means Armando Castro and the El Toro Loco is officially your skills challenge winner here tonight for Monster Jam in Tacoma. Very nicely done for Armando Castro. That means he is still maintaining his series points lead, moving into freestyle. And speaking of moving into freestyle, it's time to get freestyle action underway. You fans have waited all night to get things going here in freestyle. And you know what? It's about that time. It's freestyle time. Coming up first, he fortunately was able to get repaired. After his rough night in skills, he broke on a sky wheel. He broke both rear sway bars. The truck is back in tune. Barry Musauer is currently dead last in series points. Coming into this event with only 2 points, he has a lot of missing points to make up for. He's going to have to make some things happen here tonight. Let's see those zombie arms in the air for Barry Musauer and the zombie. Oh! Huge air to get the run kicked off here tonight. Drivers have been instructed to keep the runs at about 2 minutes length. Something to keep in mind here for Barry Musauer and the zombie. Oh! Oh, hold on. Oh! What do you call that? I don't even know what words can describe what Barry Musauer and the zombie just did here tonight. I don't even know what to call that move. Nothing was stopping him from getting that save. We're awaiting official call to see if that can get refired. They're going to have to take a look at all the components on that Monster Jam truck and see if he can get refired. The official calls are going to be removing some body panels from the track to ensure that it is safe for this run to continue. But fans, it is looking like a good sign for Barry Musauer and the zombie. He may be able to refire here tonight, considering the action these officials are taking right now. Barry Musauer and the zombie, he has the green light. Here we go. Oh, full send for the zombie. He cases that landing. That can't have felt good for BeamNG, but you know what? There's nothing slowing him down here tonight. He sends it over the pod. Gotta make sure he's not going on in this run for too long, although there's no direct timer on him right now. Run should only be about 2 minutes long. He nails the backflip ramp. Full send, huge air. Oh! What a way to end off the run. BeamNG gets massive air onto a one-tire wheelie that ends up in a crazy violent crash, ending up on the lid. BeamNG is done for the night. You know what, though? I think that's going to bring him up in points a little bit, something that he's been lacking in so far this season. If that's not going to give him a good score, I don't know what is. Get those scores in for BeamNG and the zombie. Let's see those zombie arms one last time for BeamNG. The scores are locked. We're going to get those scores tallied up and see what exactly BeamNG will be going home with tonight. BeamNG and the zombie, a 7.935. Again, a 7.935. For BeamNG and the zombie here in freestyle tonight. Not the biggest score, not the smallest score. Pretty decent overall. And that is your current leading score in freestyle. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next in the Megalodon, it's time for Corey Rummel. He ended second place in skills, which is going to be a huge boost for him in this points race. But here in freestyle is where he loves to go the hardest. Corey Rummel and the Megalodon, no hesitation getting things started here tonight. Keeping some pretty good, I guess. I mean, it's not really hitting the brakes a lot. He's got good transitions tonight. Oh! What a save! Corey Rummel is back on all 4 BKT tires. That might have been even better than Armando's save. Even better than any other save we've seen this series, because that was just perfectly executed. We're awaiting a signal for refire. And that signal is exactly what Corey Rummel and the Megalodon has got here tonight. He is flying across the track right now. You know he's pumped up after that save. And now he is just flying through the air. Corey Rummel in the Megalodon. Oh! Another save. That run is done now. Corey Rummel in the Megalodon. He is finished here tonight. Man, that run wasn't lacking of anything. Everything you could want from a perfect Monster Jam freestyle run. Corey Rummel made sure to get it done here tonight. That's only the second freestyle run of the show. That's how you know we're in for some good action here tonight. Corey Rummel and the Megalodon get those scores locked in. I wouldn't expect anything less. But man, am I pumped up for the rest of freestyle now. The scores are locked. Let's get things tallied up here. Corey Rummel and the Megalodon will be going home with an 8.893. Again, an 8.893, a fairly small score, to be honest, but you know what? It is enough for the lead, and I have a feeling that score will be in the lead for a while. 8.893. Coming up next here in Monster Jam Freestyle, it's time for Colt Stevens and the Thunder Roars. He did an incredible job in the skills challenge. Got a pretty decent score for it. If he can follow up with a good freestyle, we might see him get back in the points here. Here comes the apex predator, the Thunder Roars. And Monster Jam Freestyle. I could hear those tires sliding across the floor of the stadium as Colt Stevens and the Thunder Roars slammed on the brakes looking for that next hit. Oh, this run's already getting a little bit messy. Oh, that's done. That is done. Give it up for Colt Stevens and the Thunder Roars. He had an incredible freestyle going, and that save really added to it, but he made contact with the barrier, and the safety officials are calling that the end of the run. Get those scores locked in for Colt Stevens. He just barely is able to make it in that 30-second requirement, but he's not able to finish off the run. He's not going to be able to get that return to the points that he probably wanted coming into the night. So get those scores locked. The scores are in for Colt Stevens today, 6.902, 6.902 for the Thunder Roars. Not the score he was looking for, but I think it is a fair score that he deserves. Monster Jam fans, now is the time when things get real. Coming up only 4th here in freestyle due to only having a 9 in series points coming into this show. You know freestyle is about to get turned up even hotter because it's time for Adam Anderson, Gravedigger. I think he used that center pod as a way to cut through the middle of the track. I mean, I'm not too sure. I've never seen anything like that before here in Monster Jam. But Adam Anderson, Gravedigger, he's ready to go. Here we go. Last weekend, he went home with only a 0 in freestyle because he broke on the first hit. I think he's going to want to do a little bit better than that here tonight so that he can have hopes at maybe getting back into the points this season. We are seeing some classic Anderson momentum tonight. I think this is the kind of thing we could have seen from him last weekend had he not broken on the first hit. Oh! That transmission did not sound happy. That thing was way over revved for Adam Anderson. But you know what? If the truck sounds happy, it's definitely not a real Anderson freestyle run. Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, it's time for the Morgan and Morgan backflip ramp. Oh no. Oh! What a move! We see him full speed in reverse. Takes it back over the ramps. Time is running low for Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, but I don't think anything about that is going to be slowing him down. If anything, quite the opposite here in freestyle. Oh! He pulls out the save. Adam Anderson and the Gravedigger. That is the end of the run here tonight. Officials, they're going to have to make a call on whether to get that truck down or not. What a freestyle for Adam Anderson and the Gravedigger. Get those scores locked in. Yet another flawless run here tonight. I mean, we've seen 3 absolutely incredible freestyle runs. No shortage of action here at Monster Jam. And it's only going to keep getting crazier throughout the night. Get those scores in for Adam Anderson and the Gravedigger. The scores are locked. Adam Anderson, a 9.903. What an incredible score. The highest score we've seen all season long so far. How is anyone supposed to take the lead from that? I don't understand. Adam Anderson, he's making it big here tonight. And having to follow up that incredible run. This is last week's freestyle winner, Zach Garner in the wild side. Take a ride on the wild side. Here was Zach Garner. He won again. Yeah, he did win that freestyle competition just last week in Oakland. He's got a big title to follow up and also an even bigger freestyle to follow up. Oh, what a save for the wild side. Man, Zach Garner has a big score to beat, but I don't think he's afraid to do it. That was one of the most casually cool saves I've ever seen. Oh, the word casual is now going out the window. Full send for Zach Garner. Oh, speak of full send, look at that. Wild side, things are getting crazy. This is where this truck's name comes from. This is why he was last week's freestyle winner. Zach Garner's definitely looking to do it again this week. And he is actually lining up for the Morgan and Morgan backflip ramp right now. He nails it. He bumps the container. It looks like they're going to let that run continue on. Oh! Oh! Zach Garner in the wild side is going tonight. Oh! That run just kept on getting crazier and crazier. All the way there at the very end. He just pulled off an incredibly insane save. He just got a little bit too carried away there. And that run is over. Get those scores locked in. I could see that being a perfect 10. These runs are just insane after insane after insane tonight. That is why this is your elite series. This is why it's the best of the best in the sport. They are living up to all of those names here tonight. Get those scores in for the wild side. The scores for the wild side are now locked. It is a 9.7. Hang on. 1 second, fans. Let's recount these scores here. Yes, it is a 9.754 for the wild side. Not enough for the lead, but that is still a massive score. I don't understand how this night could get any crazier. This is reminding me of the Superstar Challenge, just insane after insane after insane, and we're only in the first half of competition. And here's someone that knows insane. How about Mr. Excitement, Jim Kohler and Avenger? Here he comes. He is ready to get things going here tonight. Oh! Man, you know what? Might not be any of the craziest highlights we've seen all night thus far. But he has a good flow here tonight. He's making it from hit to hit pretty well. Oh no. Full send for the Avenger. Jim Kohler is very well known for his full sends. Oh no. Oh! He gets the save out of it. He is back and refired as well. This knight just keeps getting more and more and more insane. He's gonna go for the mini flip completely out of the blue. That truck is not moving. We are now getting word from the pits with Tyler Davidson. Jim Kohler is stuck in first gear. That's not gonna stop a world freestyle champion. Not until that happens. Jim Kohler, an Avenger, he has rolled over and that is done. What a freestyle. Get the scores in. Get the scores in for Avenger Fire. Wow. I am just absolutely speechless tonight. The consistency of this event is insane. Jim Kohler, an Avenger, he did leave some time on the clock and leave some momentum to be desired, but he did get that mini flip. He did get that insane save, and he did get that insane crash. Keep all those things in mind. Getting those scores locked in tonight. Again, get those scores in, Jim Kohler, Avenger Fire. Mr. Excitement living up to that nickname once again. I wouldn't expect anything less from Jim Kohler. The scores are in. Jim Kohler and Avenger will be going home with a 9.186. Again, a 9.186 for Jim Kohler and Avenger. It's a low score, but to be honest, with how high some of the other scores have been and how insane some of the other freestyles have been, I think that's a pretty solid score for the Avenger. Coming up next in freestyle, he has a lot to follow up. In the Black Pearl, it's Cole Vennard. He did pretty decent in skills, but nothing too crazy, score-wise or highlight-wise. But he's coming out here in freestyle to make something happen, that's for sure. Whoa! A wild ride for Cole Vennard and the Black Pearl. He just started going flying around the track. Oh, here we go. First transfer jump of the run. And it is massive air for the Black Pearl. The air tonight is absolutely insane. Speak of air, he does it again. Oh no. Oh! 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 He's back on all four tires, but it was definitely not a pleasant ride. And you know what? That landing had to have hurt. With the suspension hanging out of the truck like that. Cole Vennard and the Black Pearl is done. He rips out the entire rear axle of that truck on a massive sky wheelie. And both those rear shocks are just hanging low. I don't even think he's going to be able to drive that one back to the pits. That truck is in so many pieces, absolutely in shambles tonight. Just taking a look down here at the damages, the 4-link, both the shock towers, the drive shaft clearly took some damage. That truck was no longer able to move at the end of the run. Colvinard and the Black Pearl get those scores locked in. The scores are in for the Black Pearl, tallying them up. He's going to be going home with an 8.290. 8.290 for the Black Pearl here tonight. Again, 8.290. A pretty solid score here tonight. But you know what? Compared to the rest of the competition, that's actually a fairly low score. You know what? They'll have that truck ready to go for the next event. Coming up next, another driver you'd probably not expect to see so early on. In the Bakugan Dragonoid, this is Camden Murphy. Camden Murphy has some insane runs to follow up. But you know he's already ready to do it. And he's getting ready for the first hit of freestyle. He's going to take it clean over the backside of that FMX ramp. Oh! Takes a bit of a hard landing, but you know what? He handled it pretty okay. And I mean, this truck goes through chaos week in and week out, so it's got to be able to handle a little rough landings. And speaking of rough landings, Camden Murphy is on the ragged edge. You know, we don't see this side of Camden Murphy every week, especially not this early on into the freestyle run. But this is the all-out series. This is the BeamNG Destruction series for Monster Jam. You're not going to let a little bit of a rough landing get in your way. And that chaos is what you're going to need when there's scores up in the 10s on this tour. Oh, hold on. Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid. I don't even know what was just happening. He got a little bit crossed up going in with that save, but he did get it back down. It's time for the Morgan & Morgan backward ramp. Here we go. He moonwalks it as well. He full sends it right there. That run is done. He broke that front tire rod. He also ends up on the lid. You know what? Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid with a great freestyle, big air, some saves, ragged edge driving, and that crazy crash to end it all off. Get those scores in for the Bakugan Dragonoid. Scoring now open for Camden Murphy. He's had a great night, you know. Skills was a little rough, but he did still go home with an 8.5. Freestyle was pretty awesome, but we'll have to see if the scores agree with that. Get those scores locked for the Bakugan Dragonoid. Get those scores in for the Bakugan Dragonoid. Scoring is open. Scores are now locked for Camden Murphy. It is a 9.495. Again, a 9.495 for Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid. A huge score, not quite enough for the lead. Coming up next, He did awesome in skills, although it wasn't quite what he was looking for score-wise. You know what, though? He's definitely ready to go in freestyle. It's Chris Kohler. He's in the Monster Mutt. He's getting ready to get started here. There we go. First hit of the run is in for Chris Kohler in the Monster Mutt. Oh no! That freestyle is done. Monster Mutt has been shut off. We take a look at the front end. That 4-link bar has been snapped clean off. And he is done. He did not fill 30 seconds, which means that he is not eligible for a score tonight. Chris Kohler in the Monster Mutt going home with a score of a 0. You know that's a shame, because he was pretty high up in the points standings. But he just got a little too excited here in freestyle, and he's going home with no score at all. No score at all for Chris Kohler. Coming up next here in freestyle, it's time to get loud for John Gordon, Bad Company. He's got that run kicked off, some good air over the racing lane. Starts off this freestyle run tonight. Oh! No hesitation as he gets some huge air right there on the transfer jump. He is going pretty smooth so far here in freestyle. Look at that! That might have been the biggest air of the night, just casually put into this freestyle run. Wait. It's pretty early on in the freestyle. But it looks like it is time. The Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp going in for the mini flip. He's got a save on it as well. And he is just ready to full send it. Look at that. I think this air tops Adam Anderson's air. And that truck just coasts. Look at that. Full send for Bad Company. And you know, since he did get that backflip in so early, you know, the amount of time he has left on the clock after the backflip is a lot more than what we'd expect to see in a lot of the other runs. And it's giving John Gordon a lot of time to really make stuff happen. Look at that. And Monster Jam fans, put your hands together. John Gordon in Bad Company. That run is finished here tonight. You can see that rear suspension has broken and that truck is no longer together. But that was an incredible freestyle run. Really nowhere to complain. massive air, a couple nice little saves, Morgan & Morgan mini flip. Everything you could want from a Monster Jam freestyle run from John Gordon in Bad Company. Get those scores locked in. I mean, it might not have had the craziest wow moments, but I'll tell you, that was probably the most consistent freestyle run we've seen all night long. Scores are now locked for John Gordon in the Bad Company. Let's get those scores tallied up. It is a 9.448, a 9.448 for John Gordon, Bad Company, here tonight in Monster Jam Freestyle. On that note, though, we are nearing the end. There are only 6 freestyle runs left to go. And coming up for the first of those, it's Flying Ryan Disharoon in the Shaker. Big Air is going to get this run started off tonight. Looks like he's getting ready for some big air. Oh no. Oh. Ryan Disharoon in the Shaker is done. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Disharoon will not be going home with a score tonight. Again, Ryan Disharoon in the Shaker will not be going home with a score tonight. Unfortunate, tough break. I mean, that was some massive air, but that rough landing is gonna end out that run. Tough break for the Shaker. Unfortunately, we just cannot allow that to continue. You know, we'll allow some things, right? We'll allow some flat tire action. We'll allow some leaning sway bar action, but unfortunately, that run is just not going to be able to continue here tonight. That being said, it is time to enter your final 5 here in freestyle, your current top 5 in the point standings. And coming up first of them is Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Did incredible in skills. If he can maintain that energy here tonight, we might see him stay at the top of those series points. Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. He's ready to deliver here tonight. Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. That is another run going home with no score. It's a real shame. These drivers just have no chill tonight. Nothing is slowing them down. Unfortunately, Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, is not going to be able to pull out the save. And he is going home with a score of a 0 tonight. He is not going to be maintaining that series points top 5 that he had wanted to keep going. You know he's frustrated about that. But that's only going to make him perform even better at the next event. I can guarantee you fans that. This is not the last you'll see of Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to keep going here in freestyle. How about 4-time world champion, Monster Jam superstar athlete? This is Ryan Anderson in the Son of a Digger. You know he is already ready to go here tonight. 4th to last freestyle run. We're going to be seeing he has some massive scores to follow up, especially from his brother who is currently in the lead. And he is ready to go. Ryan Anderson is prepared to match those scores tonight. Ryan Anderson is off to an awesome start so far. He's fitting in bicycles and little saves all around this freestyle. And now he's on to the nose. Oh! Ryan Anderson, nothing is slowing him down here tonight. And here we go, full send, look at that. Whoa! Oh, sky wheelie. Oh, I don't even know what that last move was. He like did a sky wheelie little twist thing, launched it, ends up on the lid. That was awesome. Awesome freestyle run from Ryan Anderson. Get those scores locked in. Again, get those scores locked in for the Son of a Digger. He did leave some time on the clock there, and he didn't have any particularly crazy moment compared to the other runs tonight. But it was still a pretty good run overall, so get those scores in. The scores are locked for Ryan Anderson. We're going to get all those scores added up here tonight. It's a 9.978 for Ryan Anderson in the Son of a Digger. What a score that we have seen right there. It is not quite enough, just barely not enough, to take the lead away from Adam Anderson. But you know what? That's still a massive score. It's going to get him some good placement. Maybe even move him up in this series, depending on how these next few competitors do. It's the final 3 freestyle runs. Coming up next, it's time for Too Tall David Olfert, Velociraptor, did not get the score he wanted in skills. He's gonna have to make up for that loss with a freestyle run here. I don't know if he's gonna be able to maintain podium. I don't even think it's even possible for him to. Maybe it is, I'm not too sure. But you know he's gonna try to. If he can put together a good run, just maybe he can. Oh! Velociraptor David Olfert takes it into some huge... Whoa, I can't even talk anymore. I'm losing my voice commentating this event. Huge air kicks off the run. And he's just gonna follow it up. And he gets some more awesome air. That even gets him into a little bit of a save. Wow, David Olfert in the Velociraptor. He is going tonight. You know, his freestyles, they can be a little bit hit or miss sometimes. But tonight is definitely a massive hit. Whoa! He nails the backflip. Time is just about up for the Velociraptor. It's not stopping. Too tall. Well, that's gonna stop him. He full sends it into an insane crash. I don't even know what just happened. My brain is not able to process that even just went down. David Olfert in the Velociraptor, he is done tonight. Get those scores locked in. Get those scores locked in for David Olfert and the Velociraptor. Score to be is a 9.988 for Adam Anderson and the Gravedigger. 9.988. Score to beat. Get those scores in for Velociraptor. The scores are in for David Olfert. It is going to be an 8.804 for David Olfert in the Velociraptor. Pretty good score. But, again, compared to the rest of the scores we've seen tonight, it's not too big. Now, Monster Jam fans, there are only 2 runs left. 2 runs left to go tonight. It's second place in the series standings right now, running his final competitive season in Monster Jam, ready to make things happen and running that Nitro body from the Superstar Challenge. It's Tom Mentz, Max D Nitro. Getting you fans on your feet here tonight. Oh, he almost just went over. That would have been a very sad way for Tom Mentz to go out tonight. Oh, can he get the grip he's looking for? He almost got it into a Momentum Moonwalk, a Tom Mentz classic. Not quite able to get it tonight. Oh, he has no trouble getting huge air though. Look at that. I mean, what less would you expect from a 14-time World Finals champion. Oh! And he gets it onto the sidewall save. He is back onto all 4 BKT tires, awaiting a potential signal for refire. Sounds like he is trying to get that truck refired. And he's got it. That truck is refired once again. Your 14-time world champion, he is back, running, ready to go, and that full send for Tom Menson and Max D. Look at that balance. Are you kidding me? That transition was insane. This is where he gets that 14-time World Finals title from. He got shut off for a second again. He is back and refired. I don't know what's happening anymore in this freestyle run. Adam Anderson, even with a 9.988, he's got to be scared of Tom Mentz's run right now. Whoa! Time is now expired for the Max D. Good thing that the time's expired, because Tom Mentz is done. He has ripped that back axle. That 4-link bar is toast, as is that truck. And he is done tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Get those scores in for the Max D. I don't know what's going on. That truck is still trying to move around. Tom Mentz defying gravity right now. That truck is destroyed. You can see right there, that 4-link bar ripped clean away. Get those scores locked in. Score to beat is a 9.988 for Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Score to beat 9.988. Scores are locked for Tom Mentz and the Max D. The score is a tie. Tom Mentz and the Max D is also going to get a 9.988. What are the odds of that? Tom Mentz, Max D with a 9.988. He is officially tied with Adam Anderson and Gravedigger for the freestyle lead tonight. And the only driver who is left to potentially take that lead away is none other than your series points leader and tonight's skills winner, Armando Castro in the El Toro Loco. Armando Castro ready to get things started here tonight. He's got some huge scores to beat. Look at this balance. Oh no. Oh, what a shame. You know, Armando, after winning skills, I thought he was going to hold on to that series points lead. But he just got too carried away tonight. And he ends up on the lid. He gets a score of a 0. No score for Armando Castro. And the El Toro Loco, he is done. A score of a 0. I don't think he's going to be looking at a series points lead anymore. It's a shame Armando Castro and the El Toro Loco. But ladies and gentlemen, that is correct. We are going to need a tie-breaker round. Adam Anderson and Tom Meents. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a speed round, alright? We're going to do something called a speed round. Each driver will only get about maybe 45 seconds. Again, only about 45 seconds for each driver to do the best they can. Here are the rules. We have no limits. They could do 5 backflips if they want to. They could do the most insane saves, do the craziest crashes, whatever. But they have 45 seconds on a timer to do the best they can. There will be no scores. Just do the best they can in that 45-second timer, and then you fans will decide who did better. Alright, that's the tiebreaker round. Let's get things started here in the tiebreakers. Coming up first for Adam Anderson in the Gravedigger. Time is underway. Here we go. Adam Anderson, he's going to have to do whatever he can do. Now, whichever driver wins, because this is all about points, whichever driver gets selected as having done the better performance will be going home with a score of a perfect 10 here in freestyle. Adam Anderson, he said a perfect 10 sounds nice. So he does that. Only 10 seconds are left on this timer. Listen to that beautiful sound. Listen to that beautiful sound. That means that Adam Anderson in the Gravedigger is done. That does it for the Gravedigger. That was his full timer done. Keep that run in mind. Remember everything you just saw from Adam Anderson, because Tom Meents and the Max D here in the tiebreaker round is going to have to follow that up. So keep in mind everything you just saw from Adam Anderson, because Tom Meents and the Max D, he's going to be up next, and he has to follow that up. Try and get the lead here tonight. Again, this is for all the marbles. Whoever does better here, by your decision, goes home with a perfect 10. Alright? Here we go. Timer's about to be started for Tom Meents and the Max D. And he will get started here. Again, this is no limits. Breakage does not mean anything. No timers, no limits, nothing. Here we go. Timer is underway. "45 seconds of pure chaos for Tom Meents and the Max D. Oh! And the timer runs out perfectly for Tom Meents and the Max D right as he does that move. At the end, time is up for Tom Meents. Please select your winner. Who did better? Are you going to give the win to Tom Meents? Are you going to give the win to Adam Anderson? It's your choice. Put it in chat. Say either Tom Meents or Adam Anderson. Whoever you think deserves whoever you think deserves the win. Who do you think, Tom Meents or Adam Anderson? Let me know. Again, no numbers, just names. Tom or Adam. Who's it going to be? Tom or Adam? Again, no numbers, just names. Tom or Adam? Which one? Who we choosing, guys? Who we choosing? All right. We have 2 non-choosers, but we do have a vote for Max D. That means that your freestyle winner tonight getting a perfect 10. It's Tom Mentz. In the Max D taking home the freestyle win with a perfect 10. That was the most awesome thing I've ever seen. This whole show was hit after hit after hit. Pure insanity. In the Tacoma Dome. That's just insane. I cannot wait for the next event later this week. And you know what? The next event that we will be hosting here on Monster Jam Jackinator, we're going to have a special guest co-commentating. You guys just wait because it's going to be awesome. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for coming out to tonight's event here on Monster Jam Jackinator's BeamNG.